everyone. In my new episode of 12 and 10, I have a young music composer and producer, Isham Chabra. His journey started from Berklee College of Music in Boston, and recently he scored music for Dil Bechara, which is the last movie of late Sushant Singh Rajput. Um, so what he is working with A.R. Rahman Sahab in many films. So first of all, welcome to BDC, Isham.
Thank you. Great to be here.
So tell me about your journey from Berkeley to Bollywood.
I came to Berkeley in 2008 and did my electronic music production course there. My and End of 2010, I graduated. So during my last semester itself, I was interning at a company called Sonyvox in Somerville. So from Somerville, I worked for the company for about 2 years, and I was supposed
2008 to 2010.
10, yeah. So 11, I started working for SolidWorks as an employee, as a sound designer,
Okay.
and so in 2013, like I had been there for about 2.5 years already. I went to India to work on a movie called Children of War. I was supposed to go for 15 days, but I never came back because
Good for
I
you.
I mean
It's a good
I
plan.
was I was there in India, and then as I was supposed to leave, I get a call from Mr. Rahman's office that he would like me to work on a Hollywood film called Million Dollar Arm. So I went there. I didn't know whether it was like for just one project for just 1 week, or he didn't say anything. So, but it ended up being it's still going on. Like,
Long term
it's been six
relationship
years
with it.
already, and it's still going on.
Yeah, wonderful. So he called you, correct?
Yeah, yeah. He reached
So
out.
how did
I
he
mean,
know about you? Because you just went there. You were new.
no. I had been in touch with him all like
Oh,
I
okay,
met him. I met him back in 2005. I was 15
okay,
then, and I met him and we exchanged email IDs, and I would email him every now and then because he's so knowledgeable, and I used to ask him very technical questions, and he was generous enough to reply every time.
wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah.
So, how was your feeling working with the AR Rahman Saab?
Amazing.
Yes, I mean, I would like to hear from you.
I learned a lot. Like him, like he's the pretty much the best mentor anyone can have. Like with his knowledge and with his experience and with his not just in terms of music but life in general. He
Hmm.
was really generous with his knowledge, and um, yeah, just a great experience working with him.
That's right, yeah.
So
So, but as you said, this is a great experience. How his approach or deal with the newcomers in his group?
newcomers, he doesn't treat you like a newcomer. He treats you like a professional from the start.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's the great thing about him. And of
Very
course,
good.
like you climb up the ladder, and like the more you do, the more responsibility he gives you, and the more he trusts you. So that's there. I started with Million Dollar Arm, and then did two more Hollywood films that year. So 2014 was completely packed, and it was a lot of like working on a Hollywood film first gave a really solid grounding with the crew that works there. So by the time I really got to India in 2015, so I already had a really solid working knowledge of how to compose a score and how to produce it, and the whole business side of things as well. So
Yeah. So, because you are in business, I mean, sorry, music industry, or Hollywood or Bollywood, doesn't matter, but it's very, very competitive market. Where do you see yourself in this whole world of music?
I've never really thought about it honestly. I just focus on one thing at a time, and whatever the project is, just try to give it the best I can.
So one thing at a time, one step
One thing
at a
at a time.
time forward.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. There's for actually very. very positive way of thinking and time ahead of time in comparison of your age. But I'm so happy with talking with you today. So okay, so this is your journey with A.R. Rahman Saab, and so you scored almost 50 plus film. Is this in this tender age? इतना सारा काम कैसे कर लेते हो?
Um, जो 50 films हैं, that's more like my role as a music producer and a arranger or a additional music writer or a additional composer or a mix engineer. It's like the 50 films on you see on IMDb. That's a mixed bag. That's with Mr. Rahman. That's with Mithun, the composer, and that's the movie Momentum Generation that got an Emmy nomination. So all that stuff. As a composer, like as a solo composer, I've scored about 15 films so far.
15, 1-5.
Yeah. So 5 feature films and 10 short films and documentaries.
Wonderful. So it came from A.R. Rahman Saab, or you just as a solo composer?
These were independent. These were
No, it came from the opportunity came from A.R. Rahman Saab, or just by destiny?
both. I would say, because the first film, Children of War, was on my own. I knew the composer who was doing the songs is actually a colleague from Delhi. So he called me as the score composer, and he was composing the song. So that's how I got my first film. And the first film led to the second film because the director liked the music of the first film.
Correct.
And that led to the third film because he liked the music of the second film.
Wonderful.
So, and Love Aajkal, which I scored, was through Mr. Rahman because I met Mr. Imtiaz Ali through Mr. Rahman. So, like that.
So why I am asking this question, because after Sushant Singh Rajput, nepotism or lobbying, because you are there, you are working with some different people. Do you think it is there in that much that noise we are hearing here?
Yes and no, I would say.
But nepotism is everywhere.
It's there everywhere. It's not a big. It's everywhere. It's not just India. It's not just.
Yes, I mean it's everywhere around the globe.
Yeah.
But as much that someone kill his or herself, वो वाली बात मुझे मालूम करना है.
It's a very, very high pressure industry, and especially someone at Sushant's level who was like, who had done such brilliant work and who was really, really promising anyway. I mean, he could have. I don't know if he was there still. What heights he would have reached. He was a brilliant actor. So, for him to take this drastic step was a huge blow for the whole industry and the whole world in general. And it can be ruthless. The industry can be very ruthless.
Tell me anything else other than music.
It's mostly music. There's no other option. But when I have to switch off my mind from it and just do something else, I read a little bit. I read about technology and history and stuff like that. And I used to do photography, but not that much now.
So do you have plans to go to direct a movie too? Some point from now?
Definitely not in the near future, because I don't know if I'm qualified enough. But who knows?
And there's 100% focus on music.
Yeah, for now.
Wonderful. So,
someone else who I'd like to work with?
Yes, other than Rahman Saab.
On the India side, I would say Anurag Kashyap for sure.
Okay.
Because I really resonate with the sort of cinema he makes. Anurag Kashyap, then Vishal Bhardwaj ji. He's like he's a virtual guru for me. And on the Hollywood side, there's too many. There's not one name.
Wonderful. So, what Ishan liked to eat when he's so busy in composing, and he has to done his work on time, What is your food habit?
Very random. No, there's no specific food
Anything
ever.
eat.
Anything, yeah.
Come on,
Anything.
you have
I
to
have
have your
I have some likes and
healthy.
dislikes. I have some solid likes and dislikes with respect to, yeah, no, but really anything. I usually don't. I'm not very picky that way.
When you did think that I am going to Berkeley, at what age?
Around 15. So again, Mr. Rahman was the catalyst. Mr. Shivamani and Mr. Rahman. Mr. Shivamani is the one who
He
plays
came
drums with me.
in Boston, Berkeley for performance.
Yeah. So
Ah,
both of them, I met both of them in 2005, and then that's where I heard about Berkeley first time.
hmm.
And so since then, it was like a dream because there's no other college in the world that offers
Yeah.
this. So
Let's move on. So tell me about your future plan.
future plans. अभी तो pandemic है तो we all of us are like doubtful about future plans, but there are some things lined up. There's a web series I'm supposed to do in India.
Okay.
It was supposed to happen this year, but shifted to next year. So
या इस साल तो सब कुछ खत्म हो गया,
10 साल तो गए.
साल ही खत्म हो गया
Yeah.
घर में बैठे बैठे.
अभी March था and it's only August. So,
Yeah. I mean, they started in Feb, mid of Feb, and
yeah.
see, we are almost mid of September, August.
August.
So, I mean, 7, 8 months is kahan gaye, nobody knows that.
Nobody knows. Yeah.
But anyway, so I was trying to ask you कि म्यूजिक में आपका क्या प्लान है? आई मीन पैंडेमिक वगैरह तो जो कुछ है, बट after when you start working, everybody will start working.
Yeah.
You have your something in your hand or your plate.
Yes, as I mentioned, there's a web series that'll take about 5 to 6 months because that's a huge commitment. It's 8 episodes, 9 episodes, and then you have to.
Yeah.
It's pretty much 320 minutes of music, so you have to do that within a span of 5 6 months. So a lot of score, and then I'd love to do more work on the Hollywood side as well. So
Do you have something from Hollywood too?
there's a Disney project I'm working on right now.
Okay, perfect. So as you said, this pandemic में कुछ भी नहीं हो रहा है, but what you are doing in the pandemic?
Working.
All the time.
Not all the time. It's not as intense as it used to be, but
Yeah.
It's picking up now. So
Okay.
everybody's getting used to this whole online way of working. So
What is the weirdest thing? I mean, I'm asking this question to everybody. What is the weirdest thing you did in pandemic? In
Weirdest
5 months?
weirdest thing. Weird for me is being in one place for a time. So matlab, I'm used to traveling almost every week, kahin na kahin, within India or within the US. So staying in one place has been a challenge for me. हाँ एक फ्रेज है जो मैं बोलता रहता हूँ कि शहर जाना है because we're in a town where it's like not that many people and अभी तो बाहर कोई वैसे भी नहीं है तो मैं बोलता रहता हूँ शहर जाना है शहर ले जाओ.
So you want to go share and share is closed.
शहर बंद है.
So we heard that A.R. Rahman sir said something about not getting films as much as he used to have earlier. Do you know why he said that?
Honestly, I really don't know because I don't think I can answer
Okay.
that.
So do you think he said right? It is happening with him as an observer. You observe, yes, he doesn't have that much work, that much he had used to have.
I think it might be his image because like 2 Oscars, multiple Grammys, and like, a few BAFTAs later, you become too big for anyone. So,
Yeah, no, I understand.
and
Yeah.
people might be intimidated to just reach out to him, but I feel he's one of the most approachable people. So I don't see a reason people should not go to him.
So it's not because of religion or lobbying or
No,
something,
I don't think.
right? because he said it could be a reason why I'm saying you this, because my husband 3 years back his company was closed, and wherever he applied for job, the answer came is you are over
Overqualified.
qualified for this job.
Yeah.
So it is happening. It
Yeah.
is natural way. जब उनको एक इंटर्न मिल रहा है 30, 40, 50 हज़ार का, तो वो क्यों इतना पैसा दूसरे को देंगे, you know? तो that could be a reason. If somebody is connecting this to religion or this and then, I think this stupidity.
Yeah.
But there is a positive reason to not getting work as much as you have before. So yeah. So thank you so much for giving me time. I hope
Thank you, Auntie. Sure.
don't forget it. Huh?
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Bachcha.
Great talking with you,
Love
Auntie.
you.
Thank you.